The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hi.
Hello.
And I think the first thing we're going to get out of the way is something I have been trying to do more often, particularly with this show, because we've had to discuss multiple things, which is when there's something I like, it needs to be held to the same standard I hold things that I don't like.
Yeah.
If not even more so. So, we're going to talk about Karl Jobst. We've mentioned him a number of times on this show because he's a Brisbane boy, makes really good YouTube content.
I'll agree.
And recently he was in a lawsuit with Billy Mitchell, generally considered charlatan of arcade games.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get all into that whole thing. We've brought it up more than enough times on this show.
That lawsuit's been run.
And a lot of people were like, oh, that's what he's getting sued over, because Karl put out a lot of videos talking about the cheating. It turns out that wasn't what the lawsuit was about. It was about accusations he made about Billy Mitchell driving someone to unalive themselves.
Yeah.
And in that arena, Karl didn't really have a leg to stand on. And the fact that he's talked about this lawsuit and accepted money as donations to help him with it without making it very clear that that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, including myself, only found out that that's what the lawsuit was about when he lost.
Yeah, same. Like, I honestly thought it was about the King of Kong kind of accusations.
Yeah. All the stuff to do with you lied about this thing and this thing and tracking how unnecessarily litigious he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, no, apparently that had nothing to do with it, and he's been accepting money for a while about this lawsuit, with a lot of people thinking that's what it was, at which point, if it had been, it would have been a slam dunk in Karl's favor.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of people would have been a lot less, I hate to say it, giving if they'd known what it was really about.
Yeah.
And
now,
it's sort of
Karl
dickish
has
that
not
he didn't
put
sort
out
of that, because he definitely wouldn't have gotten the same support out of it.
No. Definitely not. We haven't actually had a full statement from Karl yet.
Yeah.
He did put a community note up on his YouTube channel saying that he will make a video addressing it. But, look, man, I'm not expecting your apology video to be any better than any other YouTubers I've seen.
No.
Yeah.
And it really, it's really gutting, because I'll freely admit I'm a big fan of Karl.
Same.
Love
I quite
his
like his
videos.
content.
They're really good.
Yeah.
And when he loses to someone as greasy as Billy Mitchell, it doesn't feel right. But I am well aware that he is in the wrong.
Yeah. It almost feels like a consolation prize that it's like, yay, you won. You won on a technicality, or not even a technicality. You won the minor prize for a minor thing. You're still a massive dick. This thing shouldn't have happened, but it did. Here's your prize. Now fuck off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that prize is $350,000, although that does include his legal fees.
There's the...
And it's still a huge payday theoretically for
Billy Mitchell.
For Billy.
Yeah, it ends up being like $200,000 American or something, which, is enough to keep him going with his bullshit for God knows how long.
Yeah, and this just seems to be how Billy works. He just sues people until he can get the money he needs to keep suing people, to keep pretending like he matters. I really hate to say it, man. Even if tomorrow it turned out every allegation that's ever been laid against Billy Mitchell is completely false. Yeah. And he has always been the King of Kong. No one cares.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. You're really good at an arcade game no one cares about anymore.
The only person who cares is essentially Billy Mitchell.
Pretty much.
Like, he cares a lot. That's the thing. He'll sue anyone who even mentions him. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, outside of just people who generally enjoy arcade games and may decide, hey, I want to try and get really good at Donkey Kong.
Mm.
No one gives a shit about you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're known as a kind of a scumbag who just sues people. Not video game player of the century, the King of Kong.
Even
none
if
of
it
those
turned
things
out
to anybody.
Even if it turned out he accomplished all those things completely fine, he's still a bit of a dick. So it's like, all right, cool, you did these things, but you're still kind of a prick, Matt. Like, I'm still not going to like you.
No.
Being good at something doesn't guarantee I'm going to tolerate your presence.
No.
Yeah. But just particularly for something so irrelevant.
Yeah.
It'd be like if, no one did the Super Bowl anymore, and it was like, oh, this dude won the Super Bowl 20 years ago. Cool.
Was it the last Super Bowl? Oh, no, it was a few before that. Then we don't care. Like,
even if it was the last one, it's just like, but it's just the gap of time that no one cares about arcade games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, if arcades were still, like, massively big, everyone played Donkey Kong, and it'd be like, oh, dude, the fact that you're the best Donkey Kong player, that's fucking sick.
Mm.
You're the best player of a game no one cares about.
Yeah.
In the 70s, I'm sure that was a fucking amazing achievement, or 80s, whenever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Or even then, back at the time, people who spent all their time playing video games and were that age were kind of frowned upon. So even during his heyday, it wouldn't have been great for him. At least not for his social life.
Well, I mean, he really rose to prominence around places like Twin Galaxies, which, meccas for old school arcade people.
That is true. Well, even with all the bullshit and the fact that he lost, I did like the response that Karl gave to reporters as he's leaving. Because they're all asking the reporting questions. Like, where's the way it's been. How are you going to pay this? Like, with money, I suppose. And he just kept walking. Like, I like that.
I hate the way it's been reported on, and I absolutely get why. To understand what happened here, not only do you need to understand what actually was going on with Billy, with the guy who unalived himself, and Karl, you also need to understand that this isn't about Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It never was.
It was,
but like, news articles were calling it the Donkey Kong case, and they're asking such stupid questions of Karl when he left the courthouse. It's just like, you don't care. You've not done any research into this at all. And I get that, because to know anything about this case, you've, one, got to have been a gamer to begin with.
Yeah.
And two, know fucking anything about Billy Mitchell. Mm. And if you don't live in the States, that's even less likely.
Yeah, pretty much. And, whilst I like Karl, he's not the biggest of YouTubers, so the general public doesn't quite know about it. Not outside the nerd communities.
Yeah, so I get why the reporting kind of sucks, but it's really sad watching someone I like getting dragged by media who doesn't even know how to report on the thing that they're dragging him over.
Yeah. So they're just villainizing. And the fact they're making Billy Mitchell out to be like a saint, essentially, from what I've seen. Like, none of it's really going on about how he was reportedly faking things or anything. So, oh, no, this guy in the US, he did nothing wrong.
Like, like I said, they're not reporting on the case correctly. They're not talking about... I mean, you don't have to call Billy a piece of shit. I will. But they don't have to. But, like, maybe point out that this guy is pretty lawsuit happy, that he's renowned for suing over the fact that he pretty definitively cheated. It's just like, guys, like, what are we doing?
Actually, in the same vein as people just being fraudulent with what they do with video games, did you guys see the shit from Elon Musk where he put up a video of him gaming?
Which one?
The one where it's just him mashing the keyboard and clicking the mouse randomly.
Looking all over the place.
Yeah.
Like he's on a fucking acid trip.
There's a point where the character stops, but you can still hear keyboard clicking. It's like, mate, come on. Just fuck.
Fake better.
That
like,
burn
I
on
think they
him,
just forgot.
That burn on him, like, saying, like, talking about a shit game, talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then someone commented that is that what the person playing your Path of Exile account told you to say?
No, that's not someone. That was the official Assassin's Creed account.
That was just fucking gold.
I love that was their breaking point, because they've been copying shit for a while from people leading up to this, because everyone wanted to shit on the game. And that was the breaking point that made it.
Did you see the one they did to Grums?
No. What'd I miss?
Do you know who Grums is?
I've heard the name, but I can't quite place it.
He's a right-wing douchebag who's all about the woke DIE.
One of those dickheads. That's probably where I've heard of that.
He's been making a game for a number of years that he accepts money off Patreon to work on, and even he is, as noted, for months at a time, he just doesn't.
Yeah.
He gave them shit, at which point the Assassin's Creed account just posted, "Our game's out."
Yeah, I did see that bit. That's how I know. Yeah. I'd never heard of him before that had happened. Like, ooh, look, a dumb fist.
Yeah, no, he's just one of the far-right grifters.
One of the guys who thinks everything's woke.
Oh no, someone looks more like a real person. They're making people look ugly.
There's a woman in my video game.
Must be woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people. He's one of them.
Don't like those people.
No.
But I do like laughing at Elon Musk, so just thought I'd mention that.
I mean, there's been so much to laugh at him about lately. Just his constant whining and crying.
Yeah, the weird thing is, I don't know why he's trying to be seen as a gamer. I don't know why this is so important to him.
Because it makes him cool and down with the kids.
God, but no one believes him, and he should just back away, let it fall to the wayside. But no, he's doubling down and then tripling down. Like, this is not the hill to die on.
Because he needs... You got to remember, this guy's... He's risen to validation. He's risen to the point where that validation is all he has.
Yeah.
How does he get that validation? Well, he can't get it from Tesla, because anyone who's an investor, like a serious, proper investor in Tesla, knows he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So he can't get it from being this visionary within his own companies, because they all know he's dumb. The wider public's quickly catching on to, wait a minute, this guy's a moron.
Which is great to watch happen in real time.
At which point, he's just sort of caving in on himself to the point where it's like, but I'm like a dope gamer.
Yeah. Like, that's
and
not
trying
the
to
fallback you
to
think it is, bud.
And trying to, like, appeal to the gamer crowd. Look, man, I'm sorry, no one gives a shit about your e-penis.
Well, apparently a lot of it came because Hassan was like, I'm just going to get your kids on. And he started, interviewing Elon's kids. He had one of them recently who was saying...
And one of his daughters.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we had to carry him in Overwatch because he was a bronze Torbjorn. And I'm like, oh, bronze Torb. Like, you have to try to be bronze with Torb. Like, that game is put down turret, win. How are you bad at that?
Because he's Elon Musk.
Yeah. And, like, his daughter's like, I was like a silver Hanzo main, and I had to get, like, I carried him through. Like, oh man, that's a burn. The Hanzo main had to carry the Torb. God damn.
The one I thought was really stupid was one of his interviews where he's talking about that guy who was celebrating his stock going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, that's a bad person. He wishes ill will on my company and all those people who work for me. No, he's laughing at you specifically. And what have you been doing with those? Oh yeah, firing shitloads of people.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, your glass house feels a little too already full of holes for you to keep throwing stones, man.
His media tour this, couple of weeks has just been him crying in the corner after destroying so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, feel bad for me. I'm the one victim here. Look at them destroying my company.
I've lost so much money. You're still the richest man in the world. Yeah, but I lost some money.
How am I going to get out of this debt? Oh, I'm going to sell my debt to myself.
That should be fucking illegal in some way.
Fraud.
Come on.
It really should be investigated by the FTC, but it won't because of the fucking government at the time.
It's what they call, apparently it's Hollywood accounting. It's like, that sounds bad.
See, That's actually the nice way to put it, because like what they're actually doing is a thing called washing.
Yeah.
Where you take something, sell it to someone else to make it look more valuable, and then just sort of keep selling it that way until you have this thing that's worth nothing be worth however many billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because like Twitter was like valued at that point when he sold it to himself at like, I don't know, something like 200 million or something.
Yeah,
something
it's worth fuck all.
He sold it to himself for 300 million, which was still 100 million less than what he paid for it. But it makes it look better because it's like, oh, the evaluation was this, but it sold for this, so clearly it's worth more. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's dumb.
It shouldn't be an okay thing to do. You shouldn't be able to sell your own debt to yourself.
No.
Yeah. Like, that sounds just... That is the privilege of the mega rich. Like, I'm just gonna sell my debt somewhere. Like, how does that work? Can I do that? I have a lot of debt. But no.
I mean, I don't mind the idea that necessarily of him folding one company into another. So, like, this much more profitable company eats the debt.
Yeah.
But it's now worth less.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like? Is the fact that he sold it to his AI extension.
Yeah, I know, right?
He sold his social media to an AI extension. Like, that sounds bad. That just seems to me like, I needed a way to legally put all of this info into a training thing. Like, no,
yeah.
Don't like it.
Who's AI that doesn't like him?
I love the fact his AI hates him. It's great. And the fact that everyone's like, oh no, it's hallucinating. No, some of these things we can back up.
Yeah.
It's the only thing in your entire sphere that isn't fucking hallucinating.
Oh, my favorite thing was his AI outed him as having a burner account for age play. And it's like, we can't dispute it. The information seems kind of legit, guys. It's like, oh god, no. What a way for your shit to get out. God damn. That's like a child of yours, like, accidentally telling the cops you've done something illegal. I'm telling the world.
It's kind of been kind of crazy because, like, a month ago, it seemed like Musk was in this kind of, like, I've bought my way into the government, I'm bulletproof.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, oh no, I'm full of holes and it's not okay.
I bought Temu armor.
I do like the fact that he thought he was bulletproof and the entire, like, internet just went bet and just loaded up. Like,
I love all the videos because, like, he did a talkie piece on Fox where it was like, oh, every time people come at Doge, they never have specifics. They're always just like, we don't like it, and then they can't back anything up. At which point, there's so many fucking response videos of people doing that and then giving very specific reasons why he's fucked.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
The biggest problem is, you know, the guy who runs the country that needs to execute those things to actually go after him is his best friend that he paid to be there.
Best friends for life.
Right up until one of them doesn't like the other.
Which will come sooner rather than later, I think. Like, they're kind of distancing themselves from Musk in the government because they've realized he's got that stink on him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, no, we can't have you doing press conferences in the Oval Office anymore. You can't be seen on the ground. Fuck off. Go away. Go over there. Go play with your rockets for a bit and stop having them explode on everyone.
Or at least ride one until it explodes.
Yeah. Test drive the new one. Go.
That'd be good.
Look, I would honestly be okay with all those rich pricks fucking off to Mars, because there is a very good chance they will just do something stupid and accidentally decompress themselves. Like, let them go play in the danger sandbox, and we'll sit here and try and fix what's left.
Although, you know who should really be flying one of those Elon Musk rockets?
Who?
Fucking douchebag in Adelaide who decided to dress up as a male nurse so that he could have access to vulnerable people.
Yeah, and by access, we mean access. He's not a nice man.
The articles and stuff I've read haven't suggested he did anything other than assault and touch.
Yeah.
I'm not saying those are okay, but I haven't seen anything that says he did anything more harder than that.
Yeah.
But I still think this dude needs a one-way trip on a rocket that doesn't come back.
Preferably into the sun. Just end it there. But it's the fact that he's pleading with the court not to be sent to jail because it'll be bad for his mental well-being. It's like, that's the fucking point. Your mental well-being is already fucked if you thought this was a good thing to do. We're putting you with the other ones. Horrible human being.
The fact that they think that's even a defense. Oh, it's bad for my mental health. I can't go to jail. What? No, that's fucking go.
That screams.
That's not a reason to not fucking go to jail.
I mean, what about the mental health of the people you violated?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like this, it screams to me like a child, or like, I'm going to say he's a child. He's 25, but it's like, yeah, he's still a black child. It screams just indulgence from family. Like he's never been told no previously, or something along those lines. Because how do you get to that point where you think that's acceptable?
I think the thing that's really telling about it, though, is he didn't do it just like again, not to say that this would make it okay or anything like that, but it's not like he did it once.
Yeah.
Where he just sort of like had an opportunity and was like, fuck it. He did it multiple times.
He bought scrubs. He got a fake identity badge. He went whole hog into this.
Yeah. So this isn't like, oh, I just happened to have an opportunity and I did something really, really fucking stupid. It's like, no, this was premeditated. You were scoping the place out. You did exactly multiple things, dude.
Yeah.
So don't be like, oh, my mental health. Dude, you did maximum bad here. Don't do that.
Oh, God. It was one of the dumbest things I've seen this week. And that's including the fucking idiot who tried opening a door on a plane recently.
Yeah, a woman decided for some reason, I think it's because the guy in front of her was reclining his chair, and she didn't like that. She decided she wanted the plane to stop so she could get off and go on another flight while in the air.
Yeah.
Or at least that's about as much as I can discern from the stuff I've seen about it, because, like, it's a lot of people yelling over each other.
Yeah, so they were leaving the Philippines, and they hadn't been in the air long. They'd only been in the air for, like, I think it was like half an hour or something. And they were coming to Australia, and that's when the alarm triggered, so the staff had to go and restrain her. So it took 3 staff and a random off-duty police officer to restrain this person. So, neat.
That's the circumstance where, like, you're putting everyone at fucking risk there.
Yeah.
That's when you should be fucking beaten unconscious and left duct tied in the back.
Oh, yeah. Like, zip tied in a seat somewhere. Just you're not moving now. You've lost your privileges of movement.
I don't know. She feels like the kind of person that's like, look, man, we've got one door that if you open it doesn't affect the whole plane. Go nuts.
Oh, that's why planes should still have fucking Bombay doors. Right, take it down the bottom, you want off the plane. Good luck.
Yeah, here's a parachute.
Try and catch another one.
We're not... Yeah. We'll give you a parachute so we're not liable. But off you go.
Just a parachute full of fucking bricks.
I've been on some shitty plane flights. I'm not going to pretend I haven't.
Oh, yeah, fucking oath.
Flying coach sucks. But people get to recline the chairs. It's like the one privilege you have in coach.
You know what's even funnier? This all happened on a Jetstar flight.
Oh, I'm not surprised. The fucking slightest goddamn Jetstar.
It had to be Jetstar. Mostly because Tiger no longer functions.
Well, I mean, Tiger didn't fly to Bali.
That is true. But, oh god, that shit's been insane. People are losing their goddamn minds, or at least their intelligence.
It certainly feels like it.
Like, I don't know who looks out the window of a moving plane and thinks, I can still get out here, right? That's fine. That's all a hologram. They're lying to me. It's flat earth.
I was about to say, the people who think that planes aren't real.
Yeah. Right, there are people who don't think the moon is real. Not that we didn't land on the moon. They don't think the moon exists. They think it's a fake satellite built by the US. Or a hologram, in some cases.
This is why, like, I don't get how you guys enjoy conspiracy theories so much.
Oh, no, it's
because
so
it makes
many
me
of
feel
them...
smart. But they don't make me feel smart. They feel like we're just being dragged down as a fucking species.
We definitely.
Like, how do you believe this?
Yeah. Because it's like a fucking train wreck that you can't look away from. It's like, oh my god, there is a dumb fuck that thinks this, and the entire fucking species being dragged down by it. Holy fuck. this is the lower portion of the common denominator.
Occasionally, if I ever wade into the comments of them, I just have that GIF from Billy Madison, where he's made that really dumb speech. It's like, that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard, and everyone here has lost brain cells by having listened to you. Like, it's the full speech and, like, things. I'm like, I send that to them. Just, nope, this is dumb. Goodbye.
It feels painful to me when I run into some of these, and it's just like, no, just fucking no.
Oh, it's so dumb. But actually, the most recent one is was it the area under the pyramids or something? Yeah. We use radar. It's got coils around it. Everyone's just gone insane for it. Even the guys who made the report, like, no, we don't know what it is, guys. It's just, this is radar detection. It could be anything.
It could be solid stone. It could be fucking, because it's sand and echo coming back. Who the fuck knows? Yeah. But no, it's pillars. It's pillars with a coil.
All those fucking things started using this footage of, like, people down in this space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was an AI-generated video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all
so
fucking
many people
obvious AI slop.
Yeah.
Yeah. The minute I saw it, it was like, those look like pillars from a, maybe PlayStation 3 game, guys. Like, they're not very convincing at all as real.
Oh, they're so horrible looking. But everyone's like, no, it's real. It's like, guys, please. I get that not everyone grew up on the internet like we did, but you must be able to see that's fake. Like, come on.
Apparently not.
It makes me very sad when people can't see very obvious, like, AI slop and be like, no, that's fake. Stop that. Like, the teeth are moving. Like, come on, man.
So, a company it reckons they've finally cracked how to project advertisements in the sky.
By having a fuckload of satellites do it.
They want to use drones.
Yeah. I don't want this. This is like dystopian.
Nobody wants this.
Like, especially astronomers, because they won't be able to do anything ever again.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'd be able to maybe look up at the skies. Oh, look! Pepsi's on sale! But you won't be able to look at the constellations.
It's the 2 minutes the advertisements aren't over here. We can actually do our job.
I don't know. At that point, I think fucking they're free game. Anyone that owns those fucking advertising companies are free game.
Certainly they're fucking satellite drones.
We seem to have lost that.
Yeah.
I'm still here, damn it.
Oh, there we go.
You froze for a second.
It does that.
It's definitely the kind of thing where it's like, do you have some kind of amateur rocketeer group that can shoot a missile up at those advertising satellites? Well, maybe Elon Musk a couple of rockets.
I do want some vigilantes with a rocket.
Yeah.
Right? It would be entertaining. Just someone's gonna do it. Like some anonymous group or whatever else, when they see advertisements rolling out, just be like, you know what? No, we're gonna fuck with them. Just like how long before someone hacks it just to make a giant floating penis?
Oh, pretty quick. Pretty quick.
Within a day of the rollout.
I'm waiting for when certain technologies are available and someone just make a carbon mesh netting and just launch it up into the lower atmosphere and just let it fucking cycle for a little bit. Pull all that shit out of the fucking atmosphere and let it fall somewhere.
Preferably anywhere that Trump is sitting. Like, there is so much crap around our planet. Like, there is, I can't remember the name of the anime, but there's one where it's based around a world where people start going into space more. Like, actually leaving the atmosphere to live in orbit. But there's so much little debris around, these guys had to become garbage men for space. Just going collecting old stuff and making sure not a single bolt disappears, because that can destroy shit. It's like, we're getting to that point now, just with the Starlink satellites everywhere. Like, they are so many of them.
Largest private satellite network?
I don't know. If this gets across... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, but if this gets ahead, we're cooked. Like, I don't want to deal with looking up out into space and seeing, Pepsi's half off.
And if it doesn't get fucking knocked down quickly, it will fucking take off, and then you'll never get rid of it.
It's why I'm kind of glad that a lot of astronomers are saying go the fuck away. Like, an actual scientific field is saying no, which means that it might not push through with anyone.
Yeah. It all depends on who they fund in the next fucking few elections to, or whatever fucking happens to fucking sneak through from just loosen those reins a little bit.
That's if they actually have elections. Like, the way Trump's aiming, he's really trying to get rid of those term limits. Which I kind of hope he does, because then just Obama comes back.
No, because you got to get him out first.
Yeah, true.
Do we want to talk about something arguably better?
Space is the last good place. They can't take it away.
Well, I mean, as Tim Curry says, it's the one place untouched by capitalism.
He's not wrong. That clip is becoming more and more, like, socially relatable, and I love it.
I mean, I love any excuse to post that fucking clip. It's one of my favorite Curry clips ever.
Oh,
I just love the little half beat where even he knows it's too funny and he's got to keep it together.
Yeah. It's just that's
what makes it perfect.
Spice! He's trying so hard not to laugh there.
You know the line delivery was supposed to be the one place not touched by capitalism, space.
Yeah.
But the little, like, half moment where he's kind of like, keep together, man, keep together, you're a fucking professional.
Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh.
And then just the manic yelling of, space!
That's a,
God, I love that.
I'm not going to break, but everybody else is.
Yeah.
So good. So annoyed it's from the third Red Alert game, but damn, it's good.
I maintain that he is the closest thing to a living Muppet that will ever exist.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
no question. If they don't make a Muppet of him when he unfortunately eventually passes.
Oh god, I hope they do. That would be amazing. Actually, that reminds me, there is currently an AI plugin that popped up recently on the heels of the Miyazaki one causing issues, because Hayao Miyazaki responded to an AI thing that learnt from his style, and it's just like, no, I don't want to live in this world anymore. But there's one that if you sign up and give them a bunch of your information, they'll make you look like a Muppet.
You know what's even better about that Miyazaki thing? The company that made the AI that was doing that had to come out and basically tell people to stop because it was melting their servers down.
Yeah.
Because it was too much heavy lifting to do all the image generation.
Yeah. Oh. But I just like the fact it's like, oh, we'll do this, and we'll make a bunch of pictures and put them out there, at which point Studio Ghibli has just gone, ha ha ha! I don't remember you asking if you could, like, train on this data. It's like, oh no.
Look, I still say that there needs to be some, like real decisions made about how that works.
I think I lost that.
Because arguably you can't copyright the Ghibli style. It's an art style. You can't copyright art styles.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you trained it all only on this artist's work,
you can't copy art styles, or copyright art styles. Has someone told this to Disney?
Probably. But they sue over characters, not over art styles.
That is true. They do sue over characters.
And that's something you can. Your characters are yours. Like, I can't take all the characters from Nausicaa and do whatever I want with them. But I could theoretically draw things in a Ghibli style and not have to worry about asking Ghibli first. That's why, like, a real law needs to come down and make a decision, about how this stuff works. Because previously it was like, people like you learnt art. Surely you copied some artists for a little while you were getting used to it and doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Theoretically, that's all illegal and you should never have copied those art styles.
Yeah.
If that's the way you want to make the stance. It's entirely too complicated for me. That's why I generally stay the fuck out of AI discussions. Because I know that there's still...
I leave that to...
We haven't...
I'll leave that to the lawyers. Like, this is something for them. Like, IP specializing lawyers will deal with that. But
I really thought we're going to end up with an actual decision on this when all the American companies started kicking up a stink about the Chinese AI. farming them for data. I really thought we're going to get a fucking decision on it. But no, it just went by the fucking wayside.
I think they realized they couldn't say much without becoming extremely hypocritical. And if they imposed a limit on China, then they would have to impose a limit on themselves. So it's like, if we want to keep doing it, we have to let them do it.
They want to keep it.
It is. Yeah. They want a legal grey area for as long as they can keep it there.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to see what happens.
I'm waiting for the Russian
more
AI,
and more.
which would be great.
You just want the AI to randomly say you're cheeky breaky in the middle of fucking things for no fucking reason.
Oh, it'd be great. Just like sitting at home and your Alexa's going, bitch! There's like something in the background. Dark on red. I will fetch you statistics.
So, shall we move on to the arguably big thing this week, which was the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, Nintendo.
So, we got the Nintendo Direct, which was there finally, like the actual one, unlike the last one, which was like, yes, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming this year. What are you going to tell us about it? Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty coming. That's what you get.
That's a pretty shitty Direct there, Nintendo, but we'll wait for your next one. Then, well, it just happened. I think it was 2 days ago.
What?
And we finally got, launch games that's getting better, idea of what the handheld's actually capable of doing, etc., etc. It does look good. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't, because it's a little bigger, things are a little chunkier. I've said before on the show that, like, I've got big, fucking baseball mitt hands.
Yeah.
Tiny things are not my friend. So having this thing be just that little bit bigger, a little bit chunkier in the grips and stuff like that, it's like these are all sound like good things. When it's docked, it can go all the way up. Theoretically, it can go up to 4K, only in docked mode. And I wanted better resolutions and frame rates in docked mode, because currently the dock does nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just, it has power now, so it'll ramp up and do more. Whatever, I don't care. It has better performance docked.
That's nice.
What I really wanted. They finally added a charge port to the top.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it has...
Like, fuck.
It technically actually has 2 now.
Oh.
Because its charging system uses USB-C as the connector. It still has the one on the bottom, but it now has one on top. The idea for that, though, is for the new Nintendo Switch camera.
Oh, that's
because
right.
A big push in this for this version of the system seems to be, okay, our last system was all about playing with your friends in the same room. This time around, we're kind of going to realize most people actually play the games online.
Yeah.
So the idea is that you can have the camera plugged in, and then you've got a webcam connected to your Switch that you can use your actual face for. They have on the controllers, they have the new C button.
Yeah.
Which is essentially to open up the chat functions of the Nintendo Switch.
Is it just me, or did Nintendo just make it connect?
They kind of did, yeah.
I mean, I think it's still better than a Kinect, but...
Most things.
The Kinect was pretty cool for what it could do. It just
back when it was
fucking
made, it was
properly.
pretty good. Yeah. And it became one of those things like, make things for the Kinect, and no one knew how. But,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we might get some other stuff, but they brought back other features, like all the GameCube, or a lot of the GameCube era games are now hitting their online store.
Yeah, that was a big reveal, was along with the Switch 2's launch, they're launching the GameCube library.
Yep.
To go alongside the 64. I don't think we've got a games list for it yet, but I wasn't a GameCube kid, so I'm sorry. There's the announcement that the system I didn't give a shit about is coming to the Switch is like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It had a few good decent games. I had a mate who had a GameCube. It wasn't too bad, but it was better when the Wii came out and that kind of stuff. They had better CPU usage. But apart from that, there's also the old system they used to have with, I think it was Game Boy Advance or one of them. As long as one person had the game and it was like multiplayer friendly, you could kind of share it around.
The DS was the one you're thinking of. The big game they did it with was Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's the one.
Or if you never turn... The thing was, like, you could play as much as you want if you just didn't turn the DS off.
Yeah, as long as the DS never turned off, you were good.
Or Geometry Wars, we played quite a bit of that back in uni.
Yeah.
That was a good game, actually. So simple, very fun.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, a lot of things I've seen reporting this, like, oh my god, they've got this cool feature where you can transfer stuff over and, like, people can, like, have their games over, and they're like, yeah, that's an old feature, guys.
Yeah, they're just giving it back to us after we've been begging for it for so long.
Well, I mean, it makes sense with multiplayer games to be able to be like, oh, I don't necessarily need every person to have spent the money to get this game to let us play some multiplayer.
Yeah. Honestly, I never thought they'd do it again, because Nintendo likes money, and it's like, oh, if everyone has to get Mario Party, then we get more money, but I think they've realized that just kind of shies people away from it a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I could get this, but I'd have to wait for my friends to all get it, and not everyone can afford to get this game because I want to play it with them. So I think they're like, alright, fine, we'll do it this way. Now,
we do have the Australian dollar-a-do prices for the new Switch.
How much am I crying?
I was about to say, how much do you think it's going to go at launch?
If we're including Australia tax, I'm saying...
Okay, and I'm going to point out, this is from EB's website.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, EB's website.
$650. $649.95, what the fuck it is.
I was going to say about 800.
So you're both wrong, but John Doe's a lot closer. It's $699.
Not bad.
So the charge is $700 for the new Switch. Now,
what was a PS5? What's a PS5?
PS5 is close to $1,000. Like,
well, I'm on the EB site right now. Give me a sec. I can tell you exactly what they're selling them for.
How much for a Steam Deck? I want one.
I'll find the... There's one where it's just on its own. Show me the actual price of the fucking console, not your bundles, you jackasses.
You must buy bundles. Only bundles.
Well, I mean, EB's kind of like that. They really like their oh, you want a thing? Oh, guess you've got to buy the bundle.
My favorite thing is they'll bundle up a PlayStation console with an extra controller and only give you a one-player game.
Yeah. They won't even let you trade in those fucking games from a bundle until after you fucking bought the...
Yeah.
Okay, the best I can see here, that's as close to like just buying a normal PlayStation, is the new Slim one that comes with Astrobot, and that's $700.
So, a PS5 or a Switch 2.
Yeah.
They're like equivalent pricing.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd probably go Switch 2.
I mean, the fact that the thing's backward compatible, and I've seen reported in a few like they've actually stated that some of the old games you've got from your Switch will get an upgraded version on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
I've been trying to source it to see if I can find out whether it's accurate, but supposedly the first run of those games are free.
That'd be cool.
So things like, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, stuff like that, some of their big titles that people still play on their Switches are going to get their Switch 2 upgrade for free.
It's a good way to bring people in, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you want to... That's the thing that helped the... What was it? The
PlayStation 5.
The PS2. Because the PS2 ran PS1 games, so even if you didn't have that many PS2 games, you still had something to use your new console with.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a lot of what they're doing. It's like, oh, let's take our biggest ticket items that you probably already own and make sure you can still play them, and they're going to be better.
Yeah. Be good.
Because they've revealed there's some extra content for some of them that's coming with the upgrade, not just we made it look better and play at a higher frame rate. They're actually adding some extra quests in Zelda and an extra zone in one of the Kirby games.
I did like the Kirby game. It was very fun.
Yeah, it was. The one where he inhaled giant objects for some fucking reason.
Yeah. That reminds me. I was rewatching Reborn as a Slime, or Reincarnated as a Slime, and I just was like, he's just Blue Kirby.
Yeah, kind of.
Just eats things and gets their power.
Yeah.
Yes, Kirby was a good game.
Yeah, so, like, that's pretty cool. I like that. The problem is, I don't think it's going to be that way forever.
Yeah.
And how much is your upgrade going to be?
Yeah.
Because they haven't said how much, if they're going to charge ever or not.
Yeah.
And how much that would end up being. I honestly wouldn't be that bothered if it was like $10.
Yeah.
Get the better frame rate, do higher resolution textures in here, have some small content. Basically make it like a small DLC pack.
That'd be good.
I'd be like, that's okay. I can get myself over the line on that. I'm just worried Nintendo's going to be like $50.
Yeah. I would not put it past Nintendo.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of scared about. And I haven't seen anywhere around show any pricing for what these upgrades are going to be, other than a couple of them suggesting that they're going to be free.
Yeah. I imagine that we won't see those until like right before release, if not after.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I know.
Now,
with that pricing, like, you're looking at like PS5, I think we're probably going to need another 3 years out of that. Like, the next Xbox is due to drop in, what did they say, 2027 when they said...
Yeah.
So you're going to be looking at a new PS or PlayStation around the same time.
Yeah.
So that's 2 years of PlayStation or I don't know what fucking generation you'd even call the fucking Switch to now.
Well, see, here's the thing I actually think about with this. Okay, if it's coming out on Xbox, it's coming out on PC. So I ain't got to worry about that. I'm a PC player.
Yeah.
Sony, you've got some kind of cool exclusive. Well, they're coming to PC now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I wait out
exactly.
a PlayStation, I'll get to play the PlayStation games. I don't got to buy a PlayStation. The only person who's not doing that is Nintendo.
Yeah, fucking
so if I wanted to own a console for platform exclusive games, there's only one left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
pretty much
whether Sony wants their games exclusive or not to PC, like, they're coming to the Xbox. That fucking next generation of console for the Xbox, they're coming to it anyway. So you're mad if you don't go the fucking Switch and PC or an Xbox.
Yeah.
But I can't understand how people see this as just sort of like what the Switch should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just a dock that charges it, we want a dock that actually improves the performance, that kind of thing. Which is what we're finally getting now.
Oh, it's got a fan. The dock has a fan in it this time to actually cool the fucking unit.
Thank fuck. That always annoys the shit. I mean, you pick up your Switch, like, this is burning. This is there. I can.
They did show off a bunch of the games that are going to be coming with it. I mean, not that I'm probably going to play it, but like that Mario Kart game did look pretty good for Mario Kart.
Apparently, you can like grind on rails now.
Yeah, 24 player maximum race, and the whole they've done the burnout thing where like it's a whole map, and then there's circuits on the map.
Oh, so when you do an overworld map.
Yeah, so now one of the things that can happen, like if you're doing a multi-race Grand Prix, getting to the next race is part of the race.
Oh, that's pretty good. That'd be fun.
I got to assume it's probably for like where you appear in the grid.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would assume that's what it would be. If you get over there nice and quick, you've got pole position. If you take forever, you're in the back.
Yeah.
But that could be interesting because like someone could like win a race and then just fuck up the overworld section to be in the back again.
Yeah.
It could make for some interesting dynamic gameplay for a game series that's kind of done the same thing for a long, long time.
They have been very
stacked. You know, as much as I'm talking shit, Mario Kart did kind of crack the kart racer thing.
Oh yeah, like the Mario and Nintendo stuff really did get party games down for a while.
Yeah. I will admit the new Donkey Kong game that they've developed, I'm very intrigued by.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Because when it first started, it was like, oh, are we doing some kind of fucking Breath of the Wild shit? And then it's like, no, it's got like a lot of terrain deformation. I love terrain deformation. It's one of my favorite things in games. So having a Donkey Kong game completely themed around that, it's just like, yeah, that
kind of works. Like
that I kind of want to play.
It kind of works with Donkey Kong as well because I'm just going to break things. I'm a big monkey.
Yeah.
Like break the stuff. There's no mountain there now.
Pretty much.
Actually, what was the really good terrain deformation game where it's all based on Mars?
Red Faction.
Red Faction. I liked where they were going, but God, they lost the plot on that one.
Which time?
Every time.
Well, no, they killed their franchise twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, because like the original one, Red Faction, was the Minus Revolution on Mars, where they first
and that was fucking
included
amazing.
Geomod. Red Faction 2 is actually a game set on Earth, and a group of mercenaries just call themselves the Red Faction.
Yeah.
Of which one of them is voiced by Jason Statham, so there's a fun thing if you're ever at a con to ask him about.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love to be at a convention and everyone else is asking about his latest movie. Although, what is it? The Working Man's his next movie, and it looks like another fun Jason Statham movie.
Well, it's from the same guy who made Beekeeper.
Oh, that explains that. Then.
Fucking movie. They're just trying to find.
All Jason Statham does these days is the same fucking movie.
He does Crank over and over again.
What can we call an assassin now? We've had a mechanic. We've had a beekeeper. We've like.
He's just working his way through professions, isn't he?
I'm just waiting
Next
for
like
Jason Statham in The Plumber. He's gonna unclog your pipes.
Point is, though, it would be so fun to be at a convention and everyone else is asking him about his newest movie, and you're the one guy who goes, "So Red Faction 2."
How do you feel about how shit Red Faction 2 was?
And then they basically killed the franchise, and then they did Red Faction Guerrilla.
Which was
and everyone fucking loved the game again,
nice.
because Red Faction Guerrilla is the fucking best. If you have not played Red Faction Guerrilla, do yourself a favor. Yep. It's always cheap. Go play Guerrilla.
God, destroying entire buildings was so satisfying.
Oh, watching the fucking towers fall over and crush stuff. Best. And then they did Armageddon, and Armageddon killed the franchise.
Yes.
Armageddon was just... There was nothing fun about Armageddon.
It could have been, but it just fucking was. The plot was milquetoast. The fucking character was unlikable. The enemies were boring. It was just like this. No. You did bad, guys. You did bad.
Yeah. Not ideal.
But yeah, that franchise died twice.
It did. I do secretly hope one day it might come back.
Yeah. I mean, it might. It'll probably outlive its current rights holder.
Probably. People
like the franchise, particularly after Guerrilla. People really want, can we get, effectively Guerrilla 2?
Yeah. But every time it's like, no, we must innovate. Like, stop your innovation. You found a good thing. Please give us more of this world and lore.
Take that thing you innovated and iterate.
Yeah. Make it better.
You don't need to innovate a second time.
Give us more destruction. Give us terrain destruction and building destruction this time.
That would have been. I think that'd melt current machines.
Yeah, that's the only way I could see them coming back and doing really well. It's like, fuck it, we got both destructions in without the machine exploding. Go ham.
So, how much do you think EV's going to be selling the Switch 2 games for? Now I'm going to give you 3 titles, and I want you to tell me how much each of them is going to retail for.
Alright.
So you got Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you've got Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Is this how much I would pay for them? Or how much they want me to pay for? No, this is how much
they want you to pay for them. I know you wouldn't pay shit.
120, 115.
I'm assuming that. Is it just those games themselves, or is it like a bundle pack?
It's bundled with all DLC content that came out for that game.
I'm going to say 120.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's the new one we were just talking about.
New one? At least $100.
And Mario Kart World.
$400 dues. But no,
I will point out that if you buy the package, you can get Mario Kart World for $69 with the Switch if you buy it together.
Nice.
I'm still going to go 100 plus for the base games. Just that's the way Nintendo's going to do it, and I'll never drop that price.
None of these games were less than $100.
Fuck you know.
Donkey Kong, Zelda, and both Zeldas are actually the same price. That's $109.
But one of them is an older generation.
I know. 2 of them are.
Yeah.
And Mario Kart World, if you don't get it as part of the package deal with the console, they want $120.
Oh, fuck off. No.
For Mario Kart.
I don't care how shiny it is. Mario Kart is not worth $120 out the gate.
Like, the $70 doesn't include with the console. It's like, maybe. Maybe swing that. But yeah, 120 on its own for a kart racer? Are you fucking mad?
Apparently they are.
The annoying thing is they'll probably do okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, Nintendo fanboys are much like Apple fanboys. They will buy it.
I mean, that's to me, out of everything I've seen to do with the Switch 2, when I was watching the presentation, it was like, this all seems pretty good. I'm actually kind of feeling like I do actually want to go and get a Switch 2.
Yeah.
And then I saw the price of the games, and it's like, that's a real, like, guys, come on. I wait for Steam sales, and I'm a PC user. Come on, $120? What are you doing?
And they never drop the prices of those, like, first-party games.
Yeah.
It takes no, they do, but like you're talking like 7 years after release.
Yeah. And even then, it's not by much. Like, if you go on there,
and only at Christmas
online store, it's like maybe 20%. You get 20% off. Like, holy shit, Nintendo!
Yeah.
Like, March the 10th
they are
is
run
the
by
only
Scrooge
day I've
McDuck.
ever seen a Mario game on discount. That's it.
Yeah. No, I guarantee you, like, Scrooge McDuck has somehow infiltrated Nintendo, and he's running them.
See, like, the weird bit is when you look at some of the other games that are going to be coming out, because you go, okay, Street Fighter 6, coming with all currently released DLC characters, how much?
I'm gonna say 110.
Hold on.
Don't look up EB's website.
No, I'm not. I'm going to Steam for Street Fighter 6 and seeing what it is with all current characters on that. With all the DLC added to it.
Let's see. Yeah.
Alright, so they're the Ultimate Edition. Fuck me. On Steam, Street Fighter 6 Ultimate Edition, so that's all the trash with it. That's Year 1 and Year 2 Ultimate Pass and character packs and shit. And the soundtrack is $169.95.
Ooh, Jesus. All right, I have to reevaluate how much I'm thinking.
So how much do you think Street Fighter 6 with all Year 1 and 2 fighters is on Switch?
200.
I'll probably go 150.
$80.
80. Holy shit.
Oh, okay. That might be worth buying.
Yeah.
And they're re-releasing a HD upscale of an old game I really love and would absolutely buy again, which is Bravely Default. That's only $60.
Wow, okay, so anything with Mario near it is just getting way more of a price hike.
And then you've got the Kirby game we were talking about, Forgotten Land, with its DLC, is $109.
Yeah, no, anything that has a mascot character is just so much more.
Well, but that's the thing, though. It's coming with like a reasonably chunky expansion as well, as opposed to something like Tears of the Kingdom, which came with one extra mission and the ability to ride a motorbike.
Yeah.
It's like, how are these equivalent? Of course, they're doing a re-release of Mario Party Jamboree with the new content added to it as well, because they've got a whole bunch of new mini games that use the new Joy-Cons. That's $109. So it's like, how are these prices calculated? Like, I don't know. I don't like it when the games that are made specifically to show off new features of a console, and that's all they're made for. Is when they're over $100, that feels shady to me. Well, see, like, that's probably the one I'm okay with, because it's bolted onto the core product of Mario Party Jamboree. Okay, fair.
But, like...
It's not like buying a Wii Sport type thing, where it's like, this is just a tech demo.
But the Switch 2 has a tech demo.
It's
a tech demo game.
And you pay for it, too!
Yeah.
Fuck!
It's a collection of fucking mini games to show you how to use the features, and it's a paid fucking tech demo.
How much is it?
I thought it was going to be like one of those things that like I don't know, like the Oculus and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the PlayStation does it too.
Steam
where
also
they run you
has
through
one.
like a
They were like
no, but like one of the bigger things they do nowadays is like have like a character guide you through a bunch of stuff to do with your console, or have like a special environment where you can play with some of the cool features. Like those are just like tours that exist with the game. And then in the Nintendo Direct they got to the tour thing where it's like, we're going to explain how magnets work. No, I'm not kidding. There's a whole section where it explains how that they're inside of the Nintendo Switch 2, there are magnets. And then the two things on the controllers are metal. And metal's attracted to magnets. So when you put them near each other, they stick.
You know what we should do? We should send this to the guys in Insane Clown Posse, because apparently they're very confused about how magnets work.
It's just like, why is that? One of the things in your tour is explaining magnets.
For you idiots out there.
But, like, that is a thing in this, and you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, why is that a paid piece of content? That should have been free. That should have just been the first thing on your home screen. Would you like to explore the Switch?
Yeah. No, you're going to pay for that now. God, I hate how money grubby Nintendo has become. Like, they've always been that way, but I swear it's gotten worse.
It has. The annoying thing is, though, they can get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the only people who make certain products, and they know that they've got a built-in market.
They're only company that are allowed
products
to make certain products, or they get very fucking litigious.
They do. Hell, if you get too close to one of their products, they'll get very litigious.
Like, I swear Nintendo people are like really nice Apple people.
Yeah.
They're definitely in a cult, but at least Nintendo people are nice about it.
So, cool. They're like, you go off and play other games. I'm happy with my Switch. That's cool. But
the worst I've seen of them is they're kind of like Disney adults at times, where it's like,
oh, nothing's like fucking Disney adults.
They get close to like the good end of Disney adults. It's like, I can deal with you there. No one gets close to the like fucking extent of some Disney adults. Like, god damn, they're scary.
I don't know. I feel like to be called at the point where you start calling yourself a Disney adult, you're already too far down.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like they scare me.
Yeah. Although, speaking of things that we're unnecessarily obsessed with, me and Swoosh saw the new Looney Tunes movie.
Yes! Oh, nice. That was really fun.
We're big fans of Looney Tunes, and we got to see an old school style Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah, they took original Daffy Duck, like proper screeching, madness with a hammer, and brought it back to the big screen. And it's a really nice blend of old and new, like, animation styles. Like, I fucking loved it.
It's like, it's definitely got some, like, stuff that's, like, properly, like, CG created to, like, move through. Like, they have a big ship, like, punch through a roof of a building, leave go over it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that looks kind of, I mean, even if they did hand draw it, it looks kind of, like, modernly done. But there was a scene where Daffy's tailing someone, and he does the thing where his eyes pop out of his head and go around a corner.
Yeah.
And then when the guy turns around, they, like, flatten against the ground to hide.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is such old school shit.
This is proper Looney Tunes level, like, weirdness and wackiness.
It's a fucking farmer!
Yes.
So
Farmer Jim!
The lore of this movie is that Daffy and Porky Pig were found by a farmer as babies, and then he took them in and raised them.
Yeah.
But the farmer gets, like, for most of the shots he's in, he gets, like, 2 frames of animation.
Except when he does, like, a dramatic turnaround right before he just walks into a lake, apparently.
Walks?
Yeah.
Him moving is a still shot of the farmer just being lifted up and moved forward.
He South Park walks, like the original South Park animation.
It's so funny.
It's great. I love it so much.
It's The Day the Earth Blew Up. Really good movie. If you like old school Looney Tunes, so good. You just gotta go right down memory lane watching it.
Yeah. The animation is so fluid. There's a point where this weird creature forms out of, like, chewing gum, essentially. And the way it's done. Holy shit, was it nice to watch. Like, the inner animator was crying. Just,
I like the fact that they not only use the idea of Daffy can lay eggs as a joke, they actually bring up, well, how the fuck does Daffy lay eggs?
Yeah, they actually mention, like, do you know how hard it is for a male duck to lay eggs? It's like, oh, he has a point.
Yeah, it's honestly, like, unfortunately, WB had no faith in this movie, and it only got a limited release. And I understand talking about it now, it's probably not at your cinema anymore by the time this episode goes out. But, like, if it isn't and you can go see it, go see it. It's really good. WB almost dumped it in the trash file, like the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme and the Batgirl and all that shit. They almost did that shit for the tax write-offs again.
The problem is, I would watch the Wile E. Coyote one. I would happily watch him having a legal battle against Acme Corporation. Yeah,
that would be fantastic. Everyone wanted that movie. Everyone was excited. They're just like, nope, no one gets to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know who had something on someone at WB to get this to even get limited release, but like... Man,
it was the Acme Corporation. It was the Acme Corporation. Like, no, we must bury this.
Yeah, no. Excellent movie. Please go see it if you can. It definitely is. And they do bait a sequel.
They do in the greatest way possible.
And I hope they get it, honestly. Yeah. Like, quite honestly, I really hope they get it.
I would love to see more of just, even if it's the other characters from Looney Tunes, just getting that same treatment of a good, well-made animated movie.
Yes.
It'd be great.
Man, Old School Bugs would be good.
Oh, I love Old School Bugs. They made him a hipster in the new version.
Unfortunately, it works, mostly because of what they've done with some of the other characters around him.
Yeah.
They took some of his quirks and sort of gave them to characters that didn't have any. And we're like, okay, see, now his cast is more dynamic, but Bugs is a little more generic.
Yeah, Bugs had to suffer to bring the rest of them up to it. But,
I mean, ultimately, the new Looney Tunes show is quite good. I even ended up liking what they did to Lola. I didn't like it at the start with the whole, like, Super Valley Girl thing they did. But, you know, it grew on me across the show.
She came off more Babs than she did Lola, which is kind of okay. Like, Babs Bunny was weird and fun as well.
Yeah. But, I can agree with that.
You need to watch more of it.
Although, also, side note, on shit that just finished, they just wrapped Common Side Effects this first season.
Oh, yeah, I have to finish watching that.
That last episode is a fucking trip.
Yeah, I imagine. That series has been fun.
Oh, it's really good. Would highly recommend watching Common Side. It's a little slow to start.
It has caused some fun controversy.
Okay, what controversy?
Well, not really controversy, but it's a lot of the pharmaceutical companies got kind of annoyed because it's like, it paints us in a bad light. It's like, it doesn't though. It paints a fictional company in a bad light. Why are you getting so defensive?
Oh no, it broadly takes plenty of shots at the pharmaceutical industry.
It absolutely
quite commonly does.
Yeah. But it's just, everyone's like, oh, they're making fun of us. They're showing us in a bad light. Like, but you do those practices.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they all got very quiet very quickly. Like, good. Stay over there. Don't bark about this, because people will look at you.
Yeah, they definitely saved at least a little chunk of their animation budget, so they could really have that last episode go fucking ham.
That is fair.
I'm looking forward to season 2.
Oh, Scott, season 2 would be fun.
Well, season 2 already got announced. They kind of...
Fuck yes.
They're like really super vague spoilers for like right near the end of the show. One of the characters theoretically dies at the end of one of the episodes, and then they announce the season 2, and it's like, well, okay, so that character's not dead.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
They kind of necessary for a second season.
Yeah.
Although, that second season's going to be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I won't spoil anything because you haven't watched the episode yet, Swoosh, but ooh, man, some of the stuff they set up for a second season of that show.
Excellent.
Alright, we're out past now, so I think we'll wrap things up. Y'all have a good one.
Bye!
See ya.